our direct variation problem states that at a given average speed, the distance traveled by a vehicle varies directly. So we're dealing with a direct variation problem here. Varies directly as the time. Now, if a vehicle travels at 156 miles in 3 hours, so this is our first piece of information, find the distance it will travel in 5 hours at the same average speed. So let's go ahead and look at our different steps here. Step number 1 says to write the general relationship among our variables and use constant k. So step 1, we're going to go ahead and write our general relationship, and additionally we want to use our constant k. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this up. We know that we're dealing with direct variation, so y is going to be equal to kx. Let's go ahead and figure out what y and what x represents. So if we're solving for our distance, we can go ahead and say our distance is equal to our speed times our time. So in other words, k times, in this case, we were given our hours or our time, so we know that's going to be k times time. Now, let's go ahead and move on to step number 2. Step 2 says to go ahead and substitute your values of your variables. So this is going to be using our first pieces of information here. So we have 156 and 3 hours. So our distance, 156, is going to be equal to k, or our speed, multiplied by 3. Now, we want to go ahead and solve for k here. So let's go ahead and solve for k. Divide by 3, divide by 3. And your k is going to be equal to 52. So now that we have our k, we can go ahead and move on to step number 3. And step 3 says to substitute k back into original. So let's go ahead and write step 3. Substitute k, now that we have found it, back into original. So let's go ahead and substitute it back into the original to obtain some sort of general equation. So that will give us our distance equal to k, which we now found, 52 multiplied by our time. Okay, so now we can move on to step number 4, step 4, and step 5. We want to use our second piece of information. So substitute second piece of information. To find our unknown. So our unknown here, if we scroll back up, we want to find the distance. So we're looking for distance it will travel in 5 hours. So since we are given 5 hours, or our time, we can just plug that back into our general formula that we had to find our distance here. So distance is going to be equal to 52 times our second piece of info, which was given to us, 5. So our final distance here is going to be equal to 260 miles.